Hey all, this is Blair Cinta for Sticks and Wires. Today I'm going to break down a track I did that's a very Rolling Stones type track. It's got a lot more modern elements to it than kind of your, say, typical 70s era, late 60s era type Stones, but still trying to bring out the character of a kind of Charlie Watts type sound. The challenge in this for me was to capture that very wide open Charlie Watts sound through a more modern track, meaning that this track had two keyboard pads, stereo guitars, and at least at the beginning, horn parts that were synth-driven as opposed to acoustic horns. What I had to do is, in particular, get the drum sound that I wanted through the kick and snare, toms, cymbals, and then find the combination of room mics and close mics to capture what I was hearing and what I really wanted to present in this track. So the first thing I wanted was a really pillowy bass drum sound. I used a Ludwig Club Date 20-inch bass drum, kind of medium dampening, and just a typical mic setup for me. ATM 125 on the inside kick, and my FET 47 on the outside, about a foot away. And that basically got me a nice round sound that I wanted. The interesting thing was that when I reversed phase on these two mics, that's when the sound really came alive to me. So what it did was it dulled the attack, but I really found this kind of wide open, nice pillowy low end that seemed to be not too punchy and just, really inviting sound for that Charlie Watts thing. Next, I used my Ludwig Supraphonic 6.5 by 14 with a clear black dot head on it. I tuned it kind of medium high, and it's got some funky ring to it, which I really dug. So what I wanted to do to help bring this through the track is I took the mono mic, the SM7, which is placed near that, and I really compressed the hell out of it. Tried to take away some of the attack through the distressor. Here it is with those two together. Okay, so you get the idea. The mono mic had a very intentional purpose here of really trying to bring out that nasty snare ring as opposed to doing it from the top snare mic. Here are the drums all together. And here it is without the rooms. You'll hear how much drier it is. Another feature of what I tried to capture here was very high open toms, the rack and floor, definitely tuned in a jazz style, quite high. Here they are soloed. So as you can hear, they're very ringy, tuned very high. I'm not using much hi-hat mic in here, but I did use a pretty funky combination of cymbals. I had some regular, great sounding cymbals up, but I thought they sounded kind of too normal. I wanted something just a little nastier. So I threw up this Keplinger hi-hat on the bottom here. Then I put a Istanbul Agop Ohm on top, which is a very dark cymbal. So they're kind of contrasting each other, but together I'm getting the kind of nastiness from the Keplinger and the brightness. Then I'm taking off some of that crazy high end with this Ohm combination. Here's the hi-hat soloed. A lot of these mics are not very exciting on their own, but that's basically what it's picking up. And I just like the kind of nasty timbre of it. It just kind of got it out of the pretty zone. Also, I went for this Keplinger ride cymbal, which sounds like this through the overheads. Again, very dry, very bright. I wanted to really cut through the track, and I just wanted to have kind of an unpleasant, unsoothing sound. Also, I went with an 18-inch 30th anniversary crash on my left and this Mel Lewis ride with rivets on the right. I thought the juxtaposition between those two cymbals, the kind of dry, smaller cymbal and the much bigger ride with rivets, had kind of a cool sound combination.